And a very good afternoon to you folks here on SpeedGaming 5. Welcome to the Metroid Prime Randomizer Weekly Community Race. We got a good one for you today, folks. Even settings, which means we start with some items and we get some random elevators and start in an elevator room. It's going to be a good one. We've got on screen today Koshi and Sasquatch954. I'm Captain MD, and today I am joined by Sean. How you doing today?
I'm fine, I think.
That is good to hear. We have just given the green light in the race time room, so it will catch up on stream in just a hot minute. What are you hoping to see in this seed as we kick things off in a second?
I'm hoping it doesn't take like 10 hours to complete.
Something a little on the faster side. Interesting call. Well, we shall see what the story is when we get our starting room and locate and items. They do still start with Charge Beam conveniently. Looks like they're starting in Talon. And they will be given Ice Beam and Phazon Suit.
Oh. Do we have progressive suits? And,
No.
Do we have barrier, elusive?
Now, the way suits are handled is that each suit does their own. Each suit does their own individual special effect.
The first item was the first item Koshi got was the thermovisor.
Yeah, Koshi decided to check Transport Tunnel B real quick, while Sasquatch elected to go directly to the Transport Tunnel A elevator, or the Transport Tunnel B elevator to go back to Main Plaza.
I think it makes sense to at least check that item. I mean, it's a free item.
Indeed, but we do have a lot of checks in Main Plaza here that we can at least look at. We see a missile in the half pipe. It looked like something unique on Vault Ledge, and a ball upgrade. Looks like Morph Ball on Grapple Ledge. So a few good things to keep your eyes peeled for if we get Space Jump or Grapple Beam. Space Jump especially. And that's another suit in Rune Nursery.
Yeah.
But yeah, to answer your question from before, in order to get the special effects...
I'm sorry I interrupted you there.
Oh, no, not at all. But to get the special effects from each suit, and that is definitely Varia. Perfect. Thank you, Koshi. The suits only perform their designated effects, so you need Varia for heat resistance, you need Gravity to flow in water, and you need Phazon to go to the end of the game. Sasquatch performing a perfect high totem skip to get a pair of missiles. And I do believe, by logic, this forces them either back to Artifact Temple or to the Talon Canyon elevator is open.
She also skipped the Hyperbackup.
So this is good. Our runners will be able to get hints nice and early, and Sasquatch just picked up Space Jump out of Ruin Gallery, so that puts the Morph Ball into logic on Grapple Ledge. Not a Grapple Ledge, Grapple Ledge. For Main Plaza, the only item that cannot be picked with Space Jump is the one in the tree.
Need super missiles for that. So she got her Space Jump boots.
Trying to get a better view of what is up on that vault ledge, but it is a vanilla energy tank by the looks of... Oh, never mind, it's Wave Buster. I saw the purple and thought it was an energy tank.
Yeah.
Still, Ice Beam is a very good beam to be given immediately, because Ice Beam does give you Farchozo access. You need a couple more things, but... is that soup? What was that in Vault? I didn't see it.
I don't see it either. I was looking at Koshi's screen. Koshi just got the missile in the half pipe in Plaza.
Okay, chat is confirming it was a missile.
Yeah, right now. No.
Yeah, Koshi right now is going to get Morph Ball here off of Grapple Ledge. Nails the scan dash. Well done.
think Sasquatch just messed it up.
Both runners
Two guys
performing,
dead.
both runners taking different choices for getting their items, both performing very well.
So she's trying to climb up to the tunnel there. Alright. Just a missile.
Um,
Sasquatch is also trying to get to that missile.
An answer question chat. Yeah, Phazon was super early. It was given to us at the start. It was a starting
That
item
was one of
with
the
Ice Beam.
starting items. There were two starting items. It was Phazon Suit and Ice Beam.
So with this equipment, we have a couple of checks we can do right now. We can go check hints, which is probably what Koshi is going straight for at the moment. We can't do Frigate Crash Site out of logic. And this is going to allow Sasquatch to get his thermal visor as well, so he's not going to be punished for avoiding this for the time being. The good news is thermal visor actually isn't hard required for anything if you know what where things are.
Yeah, it actually isn't. Like, and the extra is. I think it's only required for the one boss in Phazon Mines, because you need to have it equipped to damage it at all, even if you know
Yep,
where it is.
that is literally the only actual hard required use for a visor in the game, except for making Essence easier, of course. So we are going to see a root cave check from Koshi. She elects to do the scan dash method. This is a very tough scan dash to do. Not only do you need to get over there, but you also do need to get the height, which it looks like Koshi isn't getting. To answer question chat, logically thermal visor is required for Crashed Frigate. And to get to Thardus from the forward end.
The frigate, in logic, you're expected to need the thermal visor frigate, even though it's not actually needed.
It looks like Sasquatch is the first up to Root Cave and retrieves a missile. Does not elect to try the Arbor Chamber out of bounds. It's a very dangerous trick to do without bombs, because there's a very significant chance you can get soft-locked. If you do not maneuver within the correct amount of collision. Koshi is going for it, however.
He is. Meanwhile, Sasquatch is. I think Sasquatch actually might be going for the hints right now.
Looks like it. Oh, looks like Koshi is stuck at the moment, not able to jump.
Maybe Sasquatch is going to get the item in the alcove, so we'll see what it is. Yeah. And it's just a missile expansion.
And this is what we were talking about earlier, because I think this effectively results in a soft lock. Yep, Koshi is going to effectively restart.
Shame.
Youse. Yikes. But Sasquatch finds bombs in underneath the ship, so bombs is a big boost for Chozo as well. Unfortunately, yeah, Koshi just a little bit trying the Arbor Chamber out of bounds a little too early without the benefit of bombs. And more missiles in the frigate crash site.
They're getting a lot of missiles early on.
Yeah, this is pretty typical for the for the early few minutes of these types of races. Although not going this far, we basically actually only have the early Chozo care package at this point. Alright, Sasquatch is going to reveal hints. We only need 6 artifacts conveniently, so we'll see what those 6 are.
It's just 6? Okay.
An answer question from Op82, our tracker. Crash site was a frigate. Frigate crash site was a missile.
It was a missile, yeah.
I mean, there was a frigate at the crash site, so I'm not necessarily wrong.
Oh, really? Really? I think there was also some water, and definitely a site of some kind.
Canister leaking phase on. Hi. What is at the artifact temple? More missiles that we probably don't need at this point, but we're going to get our remaining 6 hints.
Okay, so Sasquatch doesn't seem to want to read them right away.
It can be, it's easier to read them later just because the text boxes in the logbook are way bigger and can house more text, less pages. So it's usually runners will try to, they'll either wait until after they've scanned all the hints, or they will wait until they've reached a point where the world kind of opens up a bit. Like case in point, for example, we have Variasuit in Logic courtesy of bombs. So that does open up Magmore. It opens up Magmore. And it looks like Sasquatch is going to give us those hints. Let's have a look.
The artifact of truth is, I think he's chose the ice temple.
That is locked by plasma beam.
Yeah, it says you need to watery hole.
That's free.
I mean, watery hole could refer to any of the 3 items, actually 4 items found in there, right?
Watery Hall only has
4?
2 items.
Oh, right. That's another. I'm sorry, I was
Hall of the Elders and Warrior Shrine.
Okay. Yes, the item in Watery Hall might.
The 2 items
I'm not
in
sure
Watery...
actually. Can you get to it? Like, can you get to the item underwater without gravity suit?
Yes, you can do a slope. You can actually do it.
You can slope jump up there.
Yeah, you can slope jump, and actually, it's funny because without space jump, gravity suit actually takes Watery Hall out of Logic.
Oh.
Because without that underwater slope jump, you actually can't get the height with gravity suit unless you have space jump.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, for these runners especially, Watery Hall is free. But yeah, these artifacts aren't crazy by any stretch of the imagination. Chozo Ice Temple, we need Plasma Beam. Watery Hall is free. Elite Research, we're going to need to do some work. Hall of the Elders, that's the Ice Beam lock in Chozo. That's the bowling alley. And Warrior Shrine is in Magmore. PPC is near the elevator, so... Vanilla Wave is Chapel of the Elders, to answer a question in chat. Yeah, don't worry, it's easy to get room names mixed up. I still do it myself.
Yeah. I mean, so many rooms in this game have similar names. Like
Stares
similar name.
Stares suspiciously at the 8 ruined names in Chozo. Or so.
Oh, yeah, did Koshi get Wavebuster?
I don't think so. Oh, but Sasquatch has just found the PPC elevator in Talon Canyon. That is,
I don't
actually, no,
recall
that's...
seeing her. Don't recall seeing her getting it.
Oh, this isn't PPC. This is, not PPC. This is the Frigate Crash Site elevator. Okay.
Yeah, it is. Which means he's also getting another item. Oh, I'm sorry, he got it earlier. I wasn't looking.
I think it was another missile.
Koshi is reading the hints right away.
Yeah, it really is, again, take your pick on how you want to approach the hints. I mean, there's no one definitive method, but usually runners will read them right after scanning all of them. But yeah, I'm thinking the way things are going, I'm thinking our next stop, if we want to start really exploring the world, is probably the vault elevator. And it looks like Koshi may have forgotten to scan one of the hint totems. And it would be that one.
Yeah, she did.
Alright, now Sasquatch is actually going to go ahead and do the Arbor Chamber out of bounds here. So it looks like we don't have to go to... it looks like we don't have to go to deep mines today. At least not right away. Unless we need... Actually, just trying to think. There's nothing particularly late in the chain, because Plasma Beam locks out a couple of these artifacts, especially, not Hall of the Elders, I said it earlier, Chozo Ice Temple.
I think Elite Research is pretty early in mines, right?
Yeah, Elite Research you can
It's
get
one of
away
the
without
first
Plasma
rooms.
Beam.
It's one of the first rooms, isn't it?
Ooh,
And
Sasquatch
Sasquatch
finding...
got a power bomb expansion.
That is indeed a very useful item to have early, because Power Bomb's expansions are considered in the logic for Prime 1. So we do know that Power Bomb expansion is out of logic, but we do need a Power Bomb eventually in order to potentially do the check in Elite Research if it's either in the, if it's either on the Pirate or... Oh, Workstation Debris. Give me a second.
Don't you need a power bomb for that?
You do.
Yeah.
Which, in theory, we now have. Even though it's out of logic.
Sasquatch
without
has
Plasma.
one, but Koshi doesn't.
Right, and it looks like Koshi is not going to go for the Arbor Chamber out of bounds. Instead, she is going... Oh. I thought she was going straight back to Main Plaza.
She does have bombs, so she could attempt it this time.
That is probably what she is doing. Sasquatch, meanwhile, is going to go ahead and retrieve...
Flamethrower. Okay.
Chad is pleased. Sasquatch, however, is getting bullied by excessively large numbers of beetles.
She low, great.
And actually has to play it safe with these scarabs, because enough of scarab hits will basically annihilate about a half an energy tank. Unless you're in Morph Ball for some stupid reason. Alright, Koshi is making her way to Arbor Chamber to try the out of bounds once again.
Which is pretty useful since there's a power bomb in there.
Alright, looks like she's in position to grab this power bomb.
Great. Yeah, she got her power bomb expansion.
So if she chose, she could go for that workstation elevator.
Take that lift and go for the debris station. workstation debris.
Yeah, unfortunately, Workstation itself is out of play without Wave Beam.
Oh yeah.
And they also probably want to go run back and get Variasuit in Ruined Gallery real quick. Not Gallery, Nursery, which is exactly what Sasquatch is doing. Oh, Sasquatch also having some health issues as well, courtesy of hordes of bees.
At least they drop a lot of health. Sasquatch gets his Variasuit. Have we seen any lifts that go to Magmore yet?
Besides the Workstation elevator, no, the Workstation elevator is the only one we saw. The next one, I suspect the game logically expects us to use, unless there is a Power Bomb expansion just lying about somewhere, is the one at Vault. And we see missiles in Rune
I
Fountain.
see. I didn't get to look at it.
It was missiles.
What if the game puts something useful in the magma pool?
If there is something in Magma Pool, then we need Grapple Beam, and actually Grapple, and that's about it, actually. Because we have a Power Bomb.
Isn't there a scan jump you can do?
There is a Scan Dash you can do as well, but it's pretty difficult. Usually if I say whether something's in play or not, usually I'll talk from a logic standpoint. Do the artifact totems give the artifact locations in Randomizer? Yes, to answer a question, chat.
They give the exact name of the room you'll find them in.
Yeah, they give you the exact room, but
that's all they do, though. They don't give you any other kinds of hints. Like the room, and you have to remember where that room actually is, based on its name.
And what is that in... That is the artifact. So the Watery Hall artifact is indeed free today.
Which makes me wonder what's underwater there.
Both runners will most likely grab it, unless health is an obstacle, which I don't think it is.
Well, we haven't seen any E-tanks yet, but...
We've seen the one on Vault Ledge, but that's about it.
That wasn't an E-tank.
Oh wait, that's not an E-tank. It was a... And I said earlier it was Wavebuster. It's the weekend, folks.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, it looks like Koshi has enough energy to attempt the Watery Hall item. You can also scan it from back here, see what it is. And it's just missiles, so they're not going to go out of their way for that, especially on zero energy tanks. It's actually pretty uncommon that we go this far without an energy tank. This is usually stuff that happens in Echoes. I say that, and yesterday's weekly was energy tank galore.
Yeah, that's... They got... Actually, you got so many energy tanks yesterday.
I think I finished the seed with... It was either 9 or 10.
I think it was 9.
Alright, so yeah, both runners basically retracing each other's steps here, going through this section of Chozo, and now it looks like they're going to be making their way to Zoid.
It seems that Koshi has managed to recover somewhat.
Indeed, she's actually going to be the first to Zoid here. Although, since she already knew how the first 8 minutes were supposed to play out, it does allow for the recovery to be rather speedy.
Yeah, of course.
To answer a question in chat, usually every week the settings for Prime Randomizer will shuffle. This week is the even week, so it's the 4th week of the month. For the even weekly settings, we have up to 3 starting items and random elevators. And it is to basically spice things up a little bit, yes.
She is about to check the item in here, and it's a missile.
Unfortunately, we know Zoid cannot have Flamethrower today. Zoid almost pinned Koshi there. Yeah, Zoid can pin you to the wall. If that happens, especially on one energy tank, you are asking for trouble. I don't think Koshi got Varia suit yet. If she did, I missed it.
I don't think she went back to the nursery.
I don't think so either. I think she
Yeah,
basically...
I mean, I see Samus's arm. I mean, of course it would be black, but yeah, I'm not sure if she got Mario. I didn't think she did. You might be thinking about grabbing it later.
She might grab it on the way out, because it is pretty...
Yeah.
It is in a fairly easy spot to grab, because it is right outside Main Plaza.
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
And Sasquatch, based on the music, had a pretty average Zoid, but it looks like the music was just about to loop.
Yeah, actually, I'm not sure who should technically be considered ahead right now because, you know, uh,
I think what actually allowed Kochi to save a minute is she did not elect to go check the phase on the Talon, the frigate crash site elevator, and see that it leads to PPC. So she doesn't know that, but by extension, she saved a considerable amount of time not getting as many of the items as Sasquatch has. As a result of that soft lock earlier, she knows where to avoid.
yeah. Now they're both just draining the room here.
But yeah, I suspect after this, our runners are going to check what the vault elevator takes them, and they're going to check furnace here as well. Probably, they can only check the item here in lower furnace, but they can get through upper furnace courtesy of some terrain.
Missile.
But yeah, because collision is a bit of a weird thing in Prime 1, you can kind of just walk right up this spider track. And in you go. And with Ice Beam, we can make the trip all the way through to the backside of Chozo, and it looks like that was a missile tank.
Just... Yeah, I can see it very well.
Looks like it was another missile expansion.
A missile tank.
Alright, Koshi's going to take on the Ghost here. Luckily, it's only one. With some fancy space jumping, you can reach the control switch to start to activate the bowling alley, like so. Ooh.
Like she is trying to do. Okay. Yeah, she got it.
Yeah, and what she's going to try and attempt to do is go for a cutscene overlap here, taking out the Ghost and activating the bomb slot simultaneously. So the cutscene of the bowling alley opening will be done in accordance in the same time with the bomb slots activating. Oh, she elected to not...
She just... Oh.
No, it's because the Ghost wasn't dead.
I've just messed up.
I think the Ghost wasn't dead. And she wanted the Ghost to be dead first.
I don't think it was dead either. Yeah, by trying desperately to save time, Koshi actually ended up wasting time.
Yeah, actually, they're both going to be activating the bomb slot at virtually the same time, so they're both going to get the Hall of the Elders artifact right away. Elder Chamber, on the other hand, we're going to have to wait on. But yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, because because I actually suspect we won't be getting anything. We won't be going to deep mines tonight past MQA, just because we already have Phazon suit.
Scorch is first to get the artifact of nature, and Koshi follows in behind him.
Sasquatch just double checking his artifacts real quick. So yeah, the majority of the remaining artifacts are all in they're in Mines or Phendrana, so they're not in particularly brilliant spots at this point, but it looks like Sasquatch is attempting the IBJ here to or the 3BJ to get up to Farchozo without Wave Beam. Unfortunately, this is not particularly easy to do.
I think Koshi might be about to attempt that too. Yeah, she is.
Yeah, because the main thing you have to make sure you don't do is, get knocked off thanks to the small angled collision from the column here, number one.
Yeah,
number two, this is the thinnest ledge possible right now.
Yeah, Samus's center of mass is just barely on there.
Yeah, and unfortunately this isn't Super Metroid or Samus Returns where bomb jumping is very common. Or multi-bomb jumping, I should say. But yeah, you could kind of get an example there from Koshi about where she was going for.
Yeah. Sasquatch gave up.
Ooh, that looked very close. Wolfrunner is very insistent on getting this multi-bomb jump.
Sasquatch didn't give up, actually. Didn't give up. Hasn't given up yet.
Yeah, and there's some very big implications for trying to get to this to the backside of Chozo like this, because if you can make it, not only is there a free item and antechamber, but there's also 2 elevators, which that is a lot of very good intel available if you can pull that off.
I think Koshi might have actually given up.
Yeah, it looks like she's bailing out.
Like she's going back.
I think she also remembered by this point she has to go back for Varia suit as well, so that's probably also on her mind.
That might be it.
You mentioned earlier that about magma pool being done with the scan dash. I do suspect they're thinking about it, but the only downside in Koshi's case is that she does not have enough health to tank a lava bath if she fails.
Yeah, so she might have to take a trip to the save station beforehand. Yeah, she is doing that. That's what she's doing. Yeah, no wave beam makes magma pool less worth it, but the item behind the power bomb wall might be very much worth it. Besides, they already got the one item you can get by having wave in magma pool.
Alright, looks like Koshi's just going to go ahead and bulldoze her way straight to Flagra. Very interesting play considering that, considering the vault elevator. But it looks like she's just deciding, you know what, there's not a whole lot here, just gonna go ahead and get this out of the way.
She might be planning on getting the ghost item.
She could do. The only downside is in order to do that, she would have to do the bomb jump version for early wild. which is doable, certainly with just bombs, but it is still quite difficult, and you do take damage if you fall onto the critters. But it looks like both runners are doing Flagra.
Yeah, they are.
Thankfully, Flagra is not the biggest deal courtesy of Space Jump, but can still be a bit of an annoying... it's a slow fight. It's a cutscene boss.
You can definitely feel the difference playing this game with cutscenes disabled.
Oh, yes. Excuse me for a minute. Right. Where were we?
Hershey is fighting Flagra in a way quicker way. Sasquatch is fighting it legitimately. I mean, how the game intends you to.
I
Hershey's
think
just
Sasquatch is
skipping everything.
I think the reason for that is Sasquatch is just a little concerned about health, and you can see Koshi is having is running out of energy too.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she's doing it legitimately this time, to say health.
Very well done by Koshi. Yeah, doing one energy tank bosses is not fun. I speak from experience from the Echo standpoint. I did not see, however, what that was behind Flagra.
We'll see in a second. It's a missile.
Yeah, luckily Koshi's got a nice big energy refill coming up right here. These crates, I think, are guaranteed to at least have one gold drop.
Oh, great.
And judging by her attempt to conserve health here, she may be attempting early wild. Let's see.
I think that's what she's trying to do, yeah. Yeah, that's what she's trying to do.
Yeah, so what you're going to be seeing her do is slide along this column here in order to gradually bomb jump her way up. Very difficult trick to do. And yeah, every time
She messes up.
Yeah, and every time you miss it, she gets caught on those things. So
Every
they
time you
do.
mess it up, you...
Yeah, and
she fell off.
Yeah, she likes
And
to duck
she's
out because
also
she's out of
almost
HP.
dead. Now she just remembered she needs to get Varia because she found a lift to Magmore.
Yeah, Monitor Station's a pretty good elevator to work with because you can scan dash your way to the Warrior Shrine artifact, and with the Power Bomb in tow, you can get both checks in Fiery Shores, and after getting another drop later, check the item in Shore Tunnel. So there's a significant number of items of it, and not to mention Transport Tunnel A.
Let's see if Sasquatch wants to do early wild. He does.
Ooh, I thought for a minute one of those bombs was a little too late, but
Me too, actually.
Ooh, Sasquatch had the height but
Oh,
didn't...
he almost got it, but he might just give up. If he messes this,
Yeah, I think this is actually going to result in a death!
he continues, and he died, yeah.
When was his last save? Question mark.
Oh, who knows?
I sincerely hope it was after Zoid. It looks like it's in the right room. Yeah, it looks like
So that
it was after
means
Zoid.
he needs to fight Flagra again. Great.
Not necessarily. That is assuming he wants to do early wild again. But
If he wants to attempt that again.
it
The
looks
thing
like he's
is,
skipping it.
they don't know. They don't know what item that is.
Koshi's gone back to Talon. I don't. I think she just remembered about the Various suit again. Yeah, even with 20% damage resistance from 2 suits, you do still take a good chunk of damage from those things. But yeah, it looks like Sasquatch's save was very recently based on that missile count, so it looks like the death was of very little consequence. But yeah, Koshi's going right back to Ruin Nursery, picking up that Various suit, and then it's really a case of what happens next.
He's probably planning on going to Magamore.
To answer your question,
He
Chad,
found
the way suit resistances are handled in these settings is that they are cumulative based on number of suits acquired. Normally, Phazon suit gives 50% damage resistance. However,
yes, that's progressive suit. Yeah, progressive suits are enabled, which means instead of getting damage resistance based on what suit you have, you get damage resistance based on how many suits you've picked up.
in this
Which
case, both
means
of our
instead of Phazon suit giving you 50% damage resistance, you need to get all 3 suits for 50% damage resistance, regardless of when you get Phazon.
with progressive suits, it's 10, 20, 50. So right now, both runners have 50% resistance. Not 50, 20, 20.
20%. 20%.
And after 41
Oh yeah,
minutes,
I'm sorry. I'm
oh,
sorry. Actually, it's progressive damage reduction. Wait,
oh,
did Koshi just die?
yeah, she must have gotten stung by bees. Oh, and her last save was before Flagra as well.
Oh,
So both runners basically just had their Flagra victories undone.
great.
And I think Koshi has to go back for Various suit again.
Sasquatch got the Artifact of Sun in Twin Tunnels, Twin Fires, what was it?
A Warrior Shrine.
Oh, Warrior Shrine.
Alright, he's now checking the
Gosh.
other item here in Fiery Shores, which, I don't know about you, but this item always seems to be important, and I think it was something important. Like, 9 times out of 10,
He's
it's a
going to
ball
get it.
upgrade.
Oh, it's the X-ray visor, I think. Yeah. X-ray
Okay.
visor.
You know something? I don't think that's going to do us a tremendous amount of good this seed, since the highest item we can be looking for
Maybe
is
not.
Plasma Beam, and that's definitely... Well, actually, no, that's a small lie. We could need Gravity Suit, and Gravity could absolutely be in Deep Mines. Okay, so Twin Fires leads to Lower Tree.
Oh yeah, Sasquatch got an E-tank.
Yep,
Finally,
Transport
one
Tunnel A.
E-tank.
It only took
One
41
E-tank.
minutes.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Now, Sasquatch, I think, still needs one more Power Bomb, but otherwise we'll be able to check the item in Shore Tunnel here, which is the main Power Bombs, no less.
Great.
Imagine
Okay,
that.
Koshi just got the Wave Buster from the Vault Ledge. So yeah, she hadn't gotten it yet.
Oh, and I think Sasquatch got a Power Bomb drop there, so we'll receive main Power Bombs from the Power Bomb lock. How unusual.
I like how huge the Power Bomb model is. Like, you can see the smoke. from anywhere.
Oh yeah, and in Echoes it glows like a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Like, what's that item in the GFMC crate? Oh, are you seeing sparkles? It's either main power bombs or light beam. Alright, where's Koshi going? Is this the monitor station elevator as well? Looks like it.
I think so, yeah. So she's probably going to get the artifact in Warrior Shrine. He's also checking this item right here, which is an E-Tank, okay. Yeah, so
Yeah, that's the one
she finally
Sasquatch
got
got.
an E-Tank too.
Now, Sasquatch, meanwhile, has gotten Wave Beam out of Triclops Pit, which is pretty big. This actually really effectively opens up the vast majority of the world.
Never realized how just how useful Wave Beam is in this game. And another E-Tank, great!
I think now that we've gone so
Looks
long
like,
without
looks
the...
like every E-Tank in the game got crammed into Magmore.
It might have. But yeah, I suspect that we'll be seeing more E-Tanks now that we've effectively full cleared about 80% of Chozo. So we've seen the missiles in Chozo, now we're going to see the energy tanks in probably Magmore and Phendrana especially. But yeah, with Wave Beam especially, once our runners do find Phendrana drifts, they will be able to access a very large amount of the world. They'll be able to full clear Pirate Blabs.
A thing that's really good to know is that just after just a couple of E-Tanks, we shouldn't be seeing any more deaths.
It is unlikely, but then again, Prime, a lot of enemies in Prime really can kill you. We see another power bomb expansion from Lava Lake. What is the worst place plasma can be? MQA, Metroid Quarantine A. It's basically as far down in mines as you can go without plasma beam.
Wait, is that the item that requires like 3 power bombs to access?
No, it's the one that requires, it's the one right past the one right past the main power bomb maze. Okay, Quarantine Cave. Okay, so Lava Lake leads to Mid Phendrana. That's a great elevator right now, actually, because again, pretty much the entirety of Phendrana is open to them with a few exceptions.
Yeah, Phendrana uses Wave Beam a lot.
Wave and Ice
She
Beam.
also just got Wave Beam.
And I saw a missile tank there in Transport Access North. And it looks like Labs is right where Sasquatch is going.
Well, he does have everything needed. Oh yeah, but he was just checking what the trapped item was.
Yeah, and it wasn't
And it was
anything
just a
good.
missile. It was just a missile, yeah.
Chad, I don't think that was a shiny missile in the ice, but we can double check once we see Koshi go visit this elevator, because she will head there next, I assume. There really is not a whole lot
shiny
else.
missiles are such a weird concept.
Yeah, enjoyable when they do show up. They showed up a couple times in the tournament.
Such a weird thing to add to your randomizer.
We have some Pokemon fans here. It makes sense. Looks like Sasquatch is electing to go to Farfendrana. Which is definitely an interesting decision to make, especially since you don't have Plasma Beam, so you're going to have to leave Storage Cave out for the time being. Then again, there's actually a significantly larger number of plasma-based checks in early Phendrana with Chozo Ice Temple, both the Ice Ruins, and Shorelines. But yeah, I'm just, again, just thinking, given what we know now, I can't imagine we're gonna have to, like I said, I'm thinking about things even further, and I don't really think there can be anything in Far Phendrana, because even if we did need Gravity Suit for anything, it would need to be for, like, Super Missiles or Plasma Beam, and even then, Plasma Beam, again, can't be in Deep Mines, and there's Boost Ball in Security Cave.
Yep. Yeah, what were you saying? Okay, Koshi also just got to Phendrana.
Yeah, I think chat's saying right now the worst case scenario would be like Plasma and Biohazard Containment or something, and I think I'd have to agree with that. The next worst would be MQA.
Biohazard Containment requires a Super Missile, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. It's the Super Missile Vault in...
It's the container in there, right?
Mm-hmm. The one that has the Super Metroid
enemy
rumbling
in my first randomizer run, I got Phazon Suit in there.
Oh, whatever that was, Sasquatch was apparently interested in getting it. It is yet another energy tank. Certainly a interesting call to go to this without gravity for another energy tank, but then again, energy tanks have been particularly sparse up to this point.
Yeah, I think he's got 3 now, which should be pretty good.
It's safe for now, but for final bosses especially if Gravity Suit ends up being left off the table, you definitely want to think about having a couple more energy tanks, because you're only going to have 20% resistances over the 50 for 3 suits.
That's pretty important, isn't it?
That's a very significant increase in damage received. Alright, so Sasquatch has successfully climbed out of Gravity Chamber with slope jumps. Very well done. Now, the nice thing is with X-Ray, Koshi is going to be able to see what item is in Research Lab Hydra. This is locked by Super Missiles, but visible through X-Ray Visor.
Yeah, so you can see if it's something you want to go and get later.
On the subject of something you want to go and get,
spotted another energy tank. She got knocked off by pirates.
Yeah, the pirates in Aether are extremely rude. Not to mention there's no railing on that pathway to the energy tank.
And in the container below is a missile.
Yeah, we won't be picking that up anytime soon. Although Koshi doesn't have a particularly large count of missiles available to her, and that's
she's been skipping a lot of them. Like a lot of the time, when she saw a missile, she just wouldn't go get it, while Sasquatch would go get it. Like for example, in the alcove in Overworld, like in Crash Site, Sasquatch went and got it, but Koshi just left as soon as she saw that it was a missile. So she's pretty low on those.
Yeah, the main reason you'd want to stockpile missiles would be for assistance on final bosses, which usually that's not the case. You don't need to do that unless you have Super Missiles and Ice Spreader, because both of those are particularly effective here. Effective for Exo. Wavebuster, it does its job, but it burns a lot of missiles, and Flamethrowers are mean. Like,
Wavebuster could have been good if it didn't waste so many missiles.
yeah, because I think it's 10 to start up and 5 per second. Either that or it's 5 to start up and 10 per second. Now, Koshi is going to go ahead and try and grab the control tower item without Plasma Beam. Looks like that should have... Nope. Apparently that missile was a little too close.
Yeah, she might have missed it actually.
There it goes.
Meanwhile, Sasquatch is making his way there. Looks like he'll be attempting something similar.
And there... Yeah, as I suspected, because we've seen all the missile tanks, now we're going to be seeing all the energy tanks. Now, Koshi has to be a little careful here. Never mind. So, the fight trigger in this room is very close to that wave beam door, but it's not quite at the wave beam door. You can jump around it. Unfortunately,
You can
Koshi
avoid
exited...
it.
Yeah, Koshi exited the exited that tunnel too fast and ended up crossing the trigger.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, because this is a pretty...
If Sasquatch gets that skip, he might gain a little bit.
Yeah, and you can
Looks
see that
like
is...
he's doing that. Looks like he is.
Yeah, this is... It's not pixel perfect, but the trigger only just barely extends past the door.
It's close. And he did it. This would be one of the many moments, like if this were a games done quick event in which everyone starts clapping for no reason.
Oh yes, I would clap too. To be fair, I'm a sucker for good performance.
Okay, there's a missile here in the projector room.
Alright, Sasquatch moving back to trigger the fight first, because if you don't do that, that door never unlocks and you're basically stuck.
Yeah, Koshi also just did that.
Koshi definitely starting to have some... starting to run low on ammunition here due to the lack of missiles.
Yeah,
because
he is.
Missiles are fairly effective against both these turrets and against space pirates. Unfortunately, Prime
especially if you only have like ice beam, because it's really slow.
Yeah, like Charge Ice Beam will be a one-hit KO for these pirates, but
it's very slow.
Yeah, it takes a while to
Meanwhile,
charge up.
missiles have an entire trick where you can quickly fire many. Koshi also just used the X-ray visor to see that the item in there was just a missile.
Alright, so far, no need immediately for super missiles yet. I do believe with this equipment... Actually, without Spider Ball or Grapple Beam, I think Thardus is still out of play. Because we don't have a way out. But Sasquatch has exited labs and is now going to check Ruined Fountain. Unfortunately, fell a little too far there, so he's going to have to climb right back up.
Koshi is fighting the pirates at the entrance of the labs.
Oh, but Ruined Fountain contains our supers.
killing the frozen pirates. Drawing the turret.
Okay, so at this particular point, I think the only major thing that we're looking for that could be a headache is Plasma Beam. I didn't see what that was in the Ice Ruins West, but it can't be Plasma,
Yeah,
obviously.
me neither, actually. I was looking extra hard, but I couldn't make it out.
Yeah. Well, Spider Ball basically can't be in any of the Ice Ruins right now, unless... And Spider Ball and Plasma Beam both together can't be in the Ice Ruins. That'd be hilarious, right? If Plasma Beam was in Ice Ruins East. Oh, but I think that's a Grapple Beam in Phendrana
Yes,
Canyon.
that is a grapple beam.
All right, well, that's definitely going to do us some favors. Actually, I could be crazy, but I do believe that puts Thardus in play. Because now we can
I think
return...
it does.
Yeah, because now we can get out courtesy of Grapple Beam.
Yes, actually, yeah.
Hmm.
Actually got Super Missile.
You folks may remember the 2019 Prime Rando tournament where the final match was decided by Plasma Beam on Thardus. Looks like Sasquatch didn't see anything of particularly note in the lighthouse. I certainly didn't see anything of note. Then again, it's a little tough to see at this resolution. So I'm trying to think about our remaining elevators here. We only have 2 pairs left.
We haven't seen any that go to Bazon yet.
We have the Talon, one of them.
Sorry.
The Frigate Crash Site elevator.
Do any of them go into the what's it called?
Main quarry?
No, like behind the crashed frigate.
Yes,
Great
we have.
Tree Hall.
We have the Twin Fires elevator, which goes to the lower tree. Now, basically the remaining 2 elevator pairs. We only have 2 elevator pairs left, I think. The 4 elevators we haven't seen yet are Phendrana Shorelines, Great Tree Upper, Main Quarry, and the other Magmore Workstation elevator. So those are the only 4 elevators we have left. Actually, no, we have the 2 reflecting pool elevators as well. So we have 3 elevator pairs left. But Sasquatch is going to pass, unfortunately, right over an artifact for the time being and go check Chapel of the Elders. And I can see now from Koshi's screen that it's a missile up in the Phendrana Lighthouse. I don't recall seeing what was in the ice. Ow!
I don't even know if they checked. I didn't see either of them.
To be fair, it is currently irrelevant due to lack of Plasma Beam. That was a, practically pixel perfect or gravity perfect morph ball entry onto that covering. And Sasquatch is immediately bailing, so it must be missiles.
Hoshi, on the other hand, needs missiles, though I'm not sure she wants to waste that much time fighting the boss here.
I doubt she will. Nobody wants to fight Sheegoth. All right, we're going to see where the Shorelines elevator takes us. It either has to take us to Reflecting Pool...
she's just turned right around.
Okay, so this is one of the Reflecting Pool. Yeah, this is one of the Reflecting Pool elevators. Regardless of which one it is, Sasquatch can use it, and check the other one for that matter.
Could anything useful be in the Tower of Light?
It could be, but Tower of Light is out of logic until we find Spider Ball. And Antechamber has even more missiles. Now, those missiles you actually don't want to pick up because I think that has an effect on some of the layers in the area. Okay, so this elevator leads to Upper Tree.
Okay. Did
Which
they
means...
have they already unlocked it, or do they need to?
No, they haven't touched the bars yet. So they will
Okay,
have to bar skip
they
their
need
way
to skip
past it.
over them. And that
Which
reminds me,
means...
has Koshi never gotten a boost ball?
Boost Ball was in Security Cave, which she did not. I believe she gunned it straight for labs.
He also didn't check what grapple beam was.
Or did she not check Canyon for grapple either? Oh, yikes. Now, because of what we know...
At least, like I wasn't actually. I'm not sure if she did or not, but judging by the tracker, it doesn't look like she did.
Yeah, and we can also now confirm that the main quarry elevator leads to the other workstation elevator. Because that's our last elevator pairing. But Sasquatch is going to go ahead and check the treasure trove, typically. That is the Life Grove area. 3 items in fairly close proximity, and the dumbest morph ball half-pipe in the history of Metroid Prime. Next to Torvus Plaza access. And it contains a gravity suit, and Sasquatch
Gravity
is
suit,
not happy
great.
about that. Sasquatch very concerned about that because it basically puts Frigate into play.
I'm not sure you missed anything, Orb. Did you leave?
And what's in here? Another missile.
Well, at least he got gravity suit. That's going to be pretty useful.
Yeah, you could basically now do Frigate.
So Koshi isn't opening up the bars there, so I don't think she got boost ball. Yeah,
No,
Koshi
she
isn't
didn't.
going for Life Grove, so she doesn't have boost ball.
Yeah, this elevator, this is lower tree, right? So this will take her to
Which
Twin
is
Fires.
really bad for her, because she could be getting gravity suit right now.
Alright, Sasquatch has done bar skip skip. And is now going to
skip.
And is now going to reverse Frigate. And honestly, I think this is the play. Because right now we are pretty much in Plasma Beam Go mode. Although I'm not 100% sure if you need Spider Ball to make it all the way to Elite Research. Oh, never mind. Sasquatch is bailing after the hat.
Yeah, he just wanted to check the item in there. Looks like
He's thinking about it. It's like he doesn't want. It's like he doesn't want to do Frigate, but at the same time, no, he's electing to stay out of it. I'm not sure how I feel about that given the circumstances. Because, yeah, you're only looking for 2 items. Koshi's electing to pass through this without Spider Ball. It's workable, but it is not easy.
we know where this leads.
This is towards, she might be trying to go to workstation from here. Yeah, she's trying to scan dash her way up there.
Yeah, she absolutely is.
Unfortunately, she's now burned the scan point, so her scan dash is going to have to be pretty precise. And it looks like Sasquatch has thought about it some more and is going back through Frigate. Koshi, I don't think has enough energy to attempt this again.
Yeah, she's definitely dying. Like, if she wants to try again, she might just go farm some health.
Oh, that's bad. That is very bad. That is
Uh,
very bad.
uh,
Oh, she elects
she
to...
she gave up. She literally just gave up. When was her last save, though?
Well, Biohazard Containment had a useful item, at least. It did contain Ice Spreader. So that actually is going to do Sasquatch a very significant favor on final bosses.
As
Looks like
is,
Koshi's last...
Ice Spreader is the best special missile combo in this game.
I can agree to that.
Actually, probably the only good one, excluding like Super Missile.
Alright, Cargo Freight Lift contains a missile, so surprisingly, Frigate did not have progression. I'm actually very surprised by this.
Actually,
Now,
one thing. Would you consider Super Missile a separate item or a missile combo for the energy beam
I would call it a
and power
missile combo
beam?
for the Power Beam.
Yeah, because like with the ghosts, like only power beam damages them.
Right.
Missiles don't work against them, but super missile does work.
Yeah, I think that's because it is interpreted as a Power Beam related upgrade, or an extension of the Power
Yeah,
Beam.
yeah, exactly.
Nice door. But yeah, Koshi's save was very recent. She saved in Reflecting Pool after leaving Phendrana, so she
I
hasn't lost
think
a significant
I
amount of time.
think after like her very early reset, she's being a lot more careful about it.
To answer a question from Chad, we wouldn't have been able to get out through main quarry due to lack of wave beam.
She is
So I
checking the
don't
item in
think
here,
the
which is
logic was
just
expecting you to go through PPC. Unless gravity suit's not required today. I'm just trying to
well, it's
think.
definitely handy for the final bosses.
Oh, yes. Alright, Sasquatch is trying to do a
Actually,
frigate crash site climb to return to the
he's having
elevator.
some trouble. He's having some trouble with the bars here.
Yeah, bar skip is a very tough trick to do, because not only do you have to get the bomb jump correctly, you do have to get enough horizontal momentum to clear the bars as well. Not go too high either, because if you bonk off the ceiling too fast, you fall right back down. Ooh, that was looking good for a sec there, too.
Yeah, like Koshi has a bit of a like tonight. Koshi is having a bit of a theme of like wasting massive amounts of time on something and then recovering and then doing everything all over again. Meanwhile, Sasquatch is going to Phase on Mines.
It does seem like this is the play to make. I'm trying to think, where was... Because the power bomb we got in Arbor Chamber was locked by Plasma, and main power bombs were Plasma locked. The other power bomb... Where was the third power bomb we got? Lava Lake. I think that Lava Lake power bomb is expected to be your first logical power bomb. Whoa, Sasquatch almost went too far down.
Sasquatch got his 4th artifact. And she is still trying to do the basket. And I think she's getting a bit quite peeved. Okay, he's done it.
Yeah, unfortunately, though, Koshi doesn't have gravity suit, so she'll have to A, climb back up the long way to open up the gates, and B, won't be able to do Frigate unless she really, really wants to do Hydro Access Tunnel, and she can't even wall boost up Hydro Access Tunnel either without boost balls, so she's basically out of...
She's been skipping out. She's been skipping a lot of rooms, a lot of items.
Looks like she is also electing to go to PPC here. Oh no, this is back to Caverns. This is to Twin Fires.
Sasquatch is just doing the stuff you do here in Phazon Mines. Which is always the same stuff and never changes. Let's see what item... And it's just a missile.
Looks like she's trying
Which
again.
she's not even gonna bother pick up.
Yeah, Sasquatch has 110 missiles. He's no longer concerned. Alright, Koshi is trying again to do the scan dash to get across Twin Fires here without Spider Ball. Oh, that's looking good, and she gets it.
She did. I guess one upside of dying back there was that she... Oh, she might have done it on purpose to reset the scan there. Reset the bar.
That would be my guess as well. Very well done.
She might have done it on purpose.
Unfortunately, Sasquatch is now also going to have to do spiderless shafts here.
Oh.
So yeah, the missing spider ball is really the big question mark today. Like, where is that actually hiding in? How much do you want to bet?
What if it's a lava pool, like I've been saying?
If it is logically accessible now with Grapple Beam.
Yeah.
It could also be a workstation.
Possibility.
It could be here in Workstation. I think one of the pirates just flew right in front of her and slammed into her face.
Might be. I think that was a... actually, I didn't see.
I think it was an energy tank.
I think it might have been an E-tank, yeah.
Yeah, it was an energy tank.
She's not bothering with it, so it's probably an E-tank. Which, again, she just loves skipping items she could get. Yeah, pirates do try to do that when you shoot them down. Like, they try to kamikaze the way to you.
And then if you shoot them as they're coming down, they try to kamikaze you again, as they did yesterday, for some reason.
Oh.
Yeah, it was funny. I was in the pirate fight in Torvis Temple. I shot down an arrow trooper, shot it again during the kamikaze, and next thing I knew, it was coming back the other way. It's like, oh, hi, how you doing? Hello and goodbye. Oh, hello again. Goodbye. Again.
Oh, hello. Hello, friend. How are you this wonderful afternoon? Say, how much gas you got in that jetpack?
Alright, Sasquatch is going to go ahead and check the item here in, or I don't know if Sasquatch... Oh, yep, Sasquatch is going to check the item in here. I don't know if he saw it already with X-Ray.
I remember, like, one day I got this item without boost ball. It was so slow. It's amazing it's even possible.
Okay, so this is the artifact. So the elite pirate, the Phazon elite, is holding on to something else.
Okay, yeah.
The last artifact
maybe an E-tank or something.
Yeah, the last artifact is...
Or a spider ball, who knows? He might want to check it. He might actually want to do that. Yeah, he's doing it. He's checking what the Phazon elite has to offer.
Yeah, because you still need... everybody still needs Plasma Beam, and Spider Ball would be very nice right about now.
Yeah, definitely.
I do not know how that super missile reflected despite being in the ground pound animation.
It just happens sometimes, you know. Just sometimes, like these guys who who deflect shots, like sometimes they just do it even if they're not supposed to. They don't care.
And down
They
he
don't
goes.
care about your feelings. Hoshi is also going into elite research. Was it elite research? This room.
Yeah, she's going from the other side while Sasquatch is coming out.
So, wait, that means she's going to be stuck behind the wall. Does she
There's no
does she have to go out of bounds to get?
there's no I don't think there's a wall in front of Elite Research. Oh wait, yeah. If she enters from the top, then yeah, she'll need to go around, but she can't do because she doesn't have boost ball. So
Yeah.
she's gonna have to go from the bottom.
Yeah, she's actually going back now. She just wanted to check what's in the grapple beam room.
All right, Sasquatch opening up storage depot A just in case, but we can't get that right now until we get plasma beam.
Yeah. Yeah, Koshi is now just entering the mines normally.
All right, security station A is another missile expansion. All right, so that's pretty much upper mines cleared out. Can I be perfectly honest with you?
Yeah.
I honestly think Spider Ball is chilling in the main plaza tree. We've had access to that for like 25 minutes now.
That might be it. That might be it.
Because we've
It
had
could
super
be
missiles
there,
for
it
a
could be
bit.
in the lava pool. Like either way, it's probably somewhere in Shozo, like one of those areas.
Because I don't think anything beyond this point in mines is accessible without Spider Ball. At least not meant to be.
When you reach the hover bomb maze without spider ball. I'm sorry, it's been a while since last time I played.
I'm just trying to remember if the shafts, if there's shafts in before that happens. Because if there are shafts before that happens, then that area is a point of no return, and we don't have point of no return turned on. Yeah, you can get in with Spider Ball, but you can't get out. Or you can get in without Spider Ball, but you can't get out. So yeah, Spider Ball can't be back there. Plasma still can be back there, but we have to find Spider Ball somewhere else first. Yeah, I'm under the impression that, yeah, I'm under the impression that it's someplace and this is something that I admittedly have issues with when I route seeds. I have a feeling it's someplace that we passed earlier but didn't have the item for. So I'm very inclined to believe, it's in main plaza tree.
Classic Metroidvania moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I play Ori and the Blind Forest Randomizer, and we have that problem a lot when we can't get an item to break like blue flowers or blue walls early on, and 9 times out of 10 there's something important in them.
Okay, she is also fighting the Phazon Elite right now. Also, is it just me, or is the footage like slightly squished?
Um,
Because the doors like look exceptionally vertical.
yeah, the footage is a little bit zoomed in. All right, so Sasquatch is now seeing the
I
quarry
think it's
elevator
a
for
bit.
the
I
word
think
first time.
it's squished, right?
Yeah, it's a little zoomed in. That's right.
It should be a bit wider. I think the interface here might be a 8:9 aspect ratio, like the very old one at the from the 8-bit and 16-bit era, but Prime runs at 4:3, which is a bit wider. Like 8:9 is nearly square. I think it's 9:8 actually. I'm sorry. Hershey still doesn't have boost ball, so she's probably gonna go for operating the turret here without boost ball,
Yeah, this is going to
which is
unfortunately be very
which is gonna be a
painful.
pain.
Yeah, because she knows the artifact
Yeah,
is back
it's
there now.
yep, yep, yeah, Hershey, it's an artifact. Yep, you need to do this. I'm sorry, you have to. Yeah, I'm very sorry you have to do this. Oh, she'd rather just go get boost ball somewhere. I actually found a pretty reliable way to do it. It just takes a bit of time.
Yeah, I'm trying to think because, yeah, Koshi's boost ball is in Security Cave, so it's in Farfandrana. And what else is she missing that would make her life easy right now? Well, Gravity Suit would help, but it's not. It's in the other end of Talon
Not
and Life
strictly
Grove.
necessary right now.
Also, not strictly necessary, yeah. And we are being joined in a raid from Uncle Reggie, who has already finished.
Great, fantastic.
Uncle Reggie has finished with a time of 1:23:35. We are currently still looking for Plasma Beam and Spider Ball.
Yeah. Actually, what if they're both in Shozo, like in the two rooms we suggested,
Yeah,
in
like if
those two
Spider Ball is in the.
locations specifically?
Yeah, like
Okay,
if.
Reggie never found Spider, but he thinks he knows where it is.
Oh, want to stop you for a split second. Koshi's got the energy low beeping going on again.
Are we using Sasquatch's audio for now?
I hope we do find Plasma soon, but yeah, I'm starting to think it's I'm
Both
starting to think
there.
Main Plaza Tree. It's got to be like Main Plaza Tree or Magma Pool at this point. I legitimately, it might even be Training Chamber, actually. Actually, wait, no, I think Training Chamber needs Spider Ball. Does
Wait,
it?
where's training chamber?
Training Chamber is the room right past Magma Pool, 2 rooms past Magma Pool.
Oh, that one. Wait, there's an item in there? I forget.
Oh, never mind. Sasquatch just found it.
Oh,
It was
okay.
in vent shaft.
It was in the invent shaft. Okay.
That should be go mode for Sasquatch.
Yeah, pretty much. He's only missing one artifact.
And that would be the plasma locked one in Chozo Ice Temple.
Yes, that's the only one he hasn't got.
Oh, you know what's the
So yeah,
worst? That's Koshi's
no,
not getting
no
that
one's
anytime.
found. No one's actually found Spider Ball, and even Reggie, who has already finished the seed, never found Spider Ball. So it's probably where we it's probably where we think it is, but it's not strictly necessary.
Yeah, what Sasquatch is doing right now is trying to route his way back. So the only way he can get to Fendrana from here, because I'm trying to think, PPC
That's
leads
very
to.
far. It's very far.
Yeah, no, it's a long walk because, for example, main quarry leads to workstation. The other workstation elevator leads to canyons. Well, actually, where are the two Fendrana elevators? Shoreline leads to reflecting pool. Quarantine cave leads to lava lake. So right now, it looks to me like Reggie wants to go out main quarry to workstation and then go all the way back to lava lake. Unfortunately, that's not workable right now because that
Sasquatch.
requires spider ball.
I think you mean Sasquatch.
Oh, did I say
You said Reggie.
sorry, Reggie? And sorry, Sasquatch. I get my runners mixed up all the time. Eh. I don't mean to, but yeah, I think what Sasquatch is going to want to do is, unfortunately, this is tough to do without Spider Ball, but go out main quarry to Workstation and then go from Workstation to Lava Lake, because that takes him to Quarantine Cave. But he's going out PPC, which leads to Frigate Crash Site.
Yes, and I think he's then planning on going to Magmore Cavern South.
Yeah, from...
I think that's what his plan is right now.
Yeah, because Twin Fires... Because you can get to Twin Fires from the lower Great Tree, and from there you can go to Lava Lake. Alright, Koshi has gone...
Yeah, Koshi just paused for a second. I think she might have like wanted to check some notes or possibly check to see if she's already like way out of the race. Like she might be getting worried by now.
It could be.
Her stream froze.
I think that's just a technical hiccup.
I think she might have like alt tabbed out of the emulator.
No, because her,
So
her clock is still her clock is frozen too, so it is her stream.
Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately, there is really no good way back to Fendrana from here.
Yeah.
Like literally both of the yeah.
Are both Andrana lifts in Chozo?
No, the other one is on the polar opposite end of Magmore being in Lava Lake. The other is on the polar opposite end of Chozo being in Reflecting Pool.
Let's see.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, to answer chat, yes, Koshi's feed did freeze, and it's been like this for like a minute and a half.
I
At
think
this
what you
point.
do, I'm actually thinking this through for a minute. Well, Sasquatch is in, this is workstation right now. Okay, so I think Sasquatch is just going to run through Workstation all the way to Lava Lake.
Probably.
Yeah, he's going to see the Lava Lake elevator and see, whoops, time for a long walk. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a tough trek without Spider Ball, but Sasquatch has the HP now to just tank it, so...
Oh well, the sooner I do it, the sooner it will be over. It's literally the only item that no one's got. Like, Sasquatch has every single item in the game except Spider Ball.
Uncle Reggie's saying he forgot to check the credits, so we'll have to see on Sasquatch's credits what the story was. But yeah, Sasquatch has the HP, and...
Do the credits, like, tell you where everything was?
Yes, they tell you where all of the
I
trackable
see.
items were.
I see. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, unfortunately for Sasquatch, the only other elevator...
Okay, Reggie was right about the location, not
it
sharing.
it had to be early in the game because Plasma was spider-locked, for one thing. I think it was spider-locked, and... yeah, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, there couldn't have been a lot of late-game places where it was, so it had to be somewhere early. Oh, it's not spider-locked. Okay, never mind. It was almost spider-locked, though. Not much further down mines
It
than it would have
is,
been.
yes, it actually is. PPC
The
climb is
PPC
not a
climb, yeah,
module.
that's the one. Alright, so where's Sasquatch going to now? So Sasquatch has gone back to Talon, it looks like? Yeah, this is Frigate Crash Site. Unfortunately, this elevator is not going to take him anywhere near Chozo. Canyon leads to Workstation. Where's the other... Oh, wait, yes. The other Great Tree elevator goes to Reflecting Pool. This will take him back to Chozo. And then to Phendrana from the other Reflecting Pool. So yeah, Sasquatch has got this figured out. Bit of a ring around the rosy here, but that's going to be how Sasquatch gets back to Phendrana.
Okay, I'd like to check
Oh.
what's going on with Hoshi.
Well, apparently, Koshi's game has apparently, somewhere along the lines, Koshi's game has crashed.
Oh, that's... Oh, no.
And her last save, I think, was around the time she was trying that skip. The workstation skip.
She saved pretty regularly, but then again, she wasn't making all that much progress. Like, she really didn't get much.
Yeah, leaving Boost Ball behind, that was a pretty
That was a
nasty...
huge mistake. That was a huge mistake.
yeah, that's pretty much the big... Because you absolutely need Boost Ball to get out of Ventilation Shaft, unfortunately. So yeah, you're not getting Plasma Beam without Boost Ball today.
So she has forfeited then.
Yo.
Hi, Koshi.
Well, that was a way for it to end.
Yeah, actually, we didn't end up seeing it because your stream froze about 6-ish minutes ago.
Yeah, it froze at 132.04.
That is so odd, because I don't even have frames dropped. Something must be happening on this side. Basically found Plasma Beam in the ventilation shaft using
Okay.
these.
So you
But
did
couldn't
see it,
get
okay.
out. because
No.
you left.
I kept going forward. I went to main PBs. Went to
I
main
see.
PBs. Main PBs was a missile. So I didn't pick it up. Power bombed the door, open it, and crashed.
Did you
I see.
Did you defeat the
Oh
cloaked drum
yeah.
when you did that?
Yep.
Oh wait.
That
Did you
might
do the
be it.
maze? It's if you didn't do the maze, like that can cause problems. I remember.
Yep.
Like
I just
that can
realized
result.
that.
Like that often results in a crash. That's
Yep.
something you
Well,
never. That's something you never want to do.
well, that's a first for me. I've never crashed that way before, so.
Yeah,
I
no,
was
it's
actually confused the first time I saw it, and I wasn't reading the Twitch chat back then, but they were telling me in the chat that if you don't do it, it's highly likely that the game will crash.
yeah,
Well,
especially if you like
good to
Super
know.
Missile, especially if you like Super Missile the firing squad after. So, would you like to know where Boost Ball was?
Sure, blow my mind.
It was in Security Cave in Farfandrana.
Yeah, I was getting the feeling afterward. As soon as I realized that like plasma wasn't anywhere in labs, I sort of realized I probably should have cleared out Farfen.
We honestly thought Plasma Beam would not be. We thought Plasma Beam and Spider Ball. We have no idea where Spider Ball is. We're going to find out in the credits at this point because Sasquatch
Yeah.
doesn't have it. We thought Spider Ball and Plasma Beam would be actually earlier in the seed. We were honestly very much suspecting Main Plaza Tree.
Oh
And
yeah, that would have been a good
Map
one.
Main Plaza Tree, Reflecting Pool, Training Chamber, even Training Chamber access even opened up. If Spider Ball showed up, then Training Chamber itself would have been in play.
Yeah.
Well, actually, wait. I think there was a room like somewhere where you're in a hallway and there's just a plant.
Yeah, that's Training Chamber
Covering up.
access.
Yeah.
Mhm. I was starting to think that I was
That
wondering
might
if the
be it.
seed was so sick and twisted that Magma Pool was gonna have plasma beam.
We've
But
been
I was so far in, I didn't
I
want to go
did.
back.
I did think so. I did think so actually.
So, a thing that did happen is you both took a KO after your Flogger kills, because you both fought Flogger virtually simultaneously, but Koshi, you died to the wasps in gallery, not gallery, nursery, and Sasquatch died trying to do early wild. Couldn't get off of the creatures.
Yeah, I saw early wild. I tried early wild, and it was just I barely got out. Sorry, I need to shut this down. The crash sound just keeps getting louder. What the heck? Yeah. Wow, that was unfortunate.
Yeah,
I was so annoyed at the start. Went straight to go do Arbor Chamber, and guess who didn't have bombs?
Yeah, we saw that. Unfortunately, they were right next to you too under the ship.
Yep. It's okay though. I thought my 4 minute from spawn back to there was pretty alright.
That was
Sasquatch, why are you not checking the magma pool? I really want to know what's in there. I really want to know what's in there.
Well, we'll see
I
if he
wouldn't be
checks.
surprised if it was just a missile.
It's not even
he's
checking
not
Main
even
Plaza.
checking the tree. I get that he's in go mode, like full on go mode, but come on.
I mean, the end game routing beyond this point is pretty lousy, just due to where the elevators are placed.
Plasma was just cruel. And yeah, that's my fault for not going far enough to check for boost, but what you gonna do? Yeah, well, other than that, it was pretty alright. But the intended logic was kind of gross.
Yeah, I think your first logical power bomb was actually supposed to be Lava Lake. Because
I think so. I think that was logical, and then you're supposed to go get main PBs or something.
Yeah,
I saw main PBs locked by PBs, and I'm like, is this just some jet seed where I don't even need PBs?
We also noticed you were. I a couple of elevators in before you decided to go back for various suit.
Yeah, I forgot it was there.
Yeah.
I walked right by it, looked at it, and forgot.
Okay, Sasquatch is saving right before going to the temple.
Yep, time for the good old final bosses.
Yeah, alright, well, I'll let you guys get along to that. There's not really much I have to add other than I swear I did everything unfortunate, but I hope I got to show off some cool tricks at least.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, you actually-
I think my motivation here, more than like coming first, was to show off some cool tricks. So bars skip and a couple other more difficult tricks you wouldn't see on Trivial. I didn't get the Hall of the Elders UBJ quick enough to bother with it. So.
You actually both attempted many of the same tricks, often at the same time.
Okay.
It's actually
That's funny.
It was funny that after your
You were trying to do the one in Hall of the Elders at the same exact time, like both of you were just doing it.
Yeah, I haven't if it isn't obvious, I haven't touched Prime in like a week, so I did not have the rhythm.
Yeah, actually, an interesting story that described this seed is that despite your death earlier, your first death in Chozo, you ended up recovering, or your first death in Chozo, excuse me. You ended up recovering very nicely.
Or your early reset.
Yeah, and even after the reset, you ended up getting to Fendrana a little bit. I think, yeah, because you ended up clearing labs ahead of Sasquatch, I think.
Wow.
Until Control Tower, when you triggered the fight.
Yeah. Well, I made up some good time though. At least that was cool.
Yeah, early game, especially after the Arbor Chamber reset, was a pretty good recovery. You ended up like getting to Zoid just about ahead of Sasquatch too.
Yeah, that early game thing, I was out of Chozo into Talon in 4 minutes, so I was pretty happy.
But yeah, when we see Sasquatch's credits, I'm going to be very curious to know where Spiderball's chilling at.
Yeah, I assume we both kind of just did shafts.
Yes, both of you did spiraless shafts.
Yeah. Not that surprising. At that point, it just kind of, like, you might as well go for it. The crazy thing is, even in the race time, I remember people saying that no one has seen Spiderball.
Very interesting, that, too. It must be in a really far off, it's early game, but still far off location.
I think it
Is
might
still
be
my
training
guess.
chamber.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that it's got to be in, like, that magma pool section, even. Or, I don't think we've actually seen, like, any of the crashed ship frigate, so it could be in there.
Sasquatch did check a frigate.
Actually,
It had energy. An
he
energy
checked
tank.
the last item in frigate though.
No, he went all the way
checked
through.
that one.
No,
Oh,
he
did.
went. He went all the way
Oh
through.
yeah, you're right. He did.
Because
He did, yeah.
Ice Spreader was in biohazard containment.
Oh yeah. I remember now.
Yeah, Sasquatch was thinking about it though because Gravity Suit was in Life Grove.
Yeah, okay.
So Sasquatch was very harshly thinking about going through Frigate after Hydro Access Tunnel. Stayed at the door for about a minute, and then was like, "All right, screw it, I'll do Frigate." And now he's got Ice Spreader for Exo. So
I was kind of tempted to go through Life Giver, but not having boost, I was like, do I really want to learn a half-pipe bomb jump on the spot if I mess this up? I decided no.
Yeah, I wouldn't have wanted to learn that either, to be perfectly honest with you.
I mean, I'm not terribly afraid of them. I don't know the timing for all of them. Like, I've done Ventilation Shaft, which is probably, like, by far the hardest, but would have been nice to not have this be the first time I learned that.
All right, meanwhile, we're going to see Sasquatch with all beam combos in tow, dealing with Exo here. Flamethrower was in Ruined Shrine. It was behind the bomb wall.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Did any of us end up checking Tower of Light? Like, I know I didn't.
No, actually. In a
At
rare
least
occurrence,
you
actually.
two, no one did. None of you two did.
And I
Yeah.
think that's mainly because
Spider-Ball might have been there too, actually.
it couldn't have, because Spider Ball by logic is required to get to Tower of Light.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But yeah, and I think the reason why Tower of Light was left alone today is because Wave Beam was so late to the party, and there was really no easy way back to that section of Chozo from Magmore anyway.
These elevators were just so annoying though, because you had to go basically from like to get from one location to the next that actually meant anything. You had to take like 4 or 5 different elevators, and it was so annoying.
When you randomize elevators, you either end up with something really, really good that's better than the vanilla game, or you end up with something that no developer could ever dream of making.
Yeah.
Yeah, for example,
Not even the most
Sasquatch.
sadistic developer ever.
Yeah,
think
for
of that.
example, Sasquatch got Plasma and then still had to go get Chozo Ice Temple. The way to
Yep.
back to Phendrana from Mines is to basically go out from Main Quarry to Workstation and then go all the way from Workstation to Lava Lake to get to the Quarantine Cave elevator. Alternatively,
Yeah.
you can go all the way, you can go out to Talon, go to Great Tree to Reflecting Pool, and then take the other Reflecting Pool elevator to get to Phendrana. Your choice.
Did anyone check Thardus?
Nope.
Yeah, okay. I saw the quarantine elevator, and I was like, do I really want to? And the answer was no. I don't think that can be vanilla, though, because I think Point of No Return's off.
Right. However, I do think Grapple Beam was enough to put it into logic, because Grapple Beam was in Phendrana Canyon,
Yep.
and I think Grapple Beam satisfies the point of no return stipulation.
Yeah, I guess it could have been either Quarantine Monitor or vanilla then, as well.
Apparently,
Yeah, Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Uncle Reggie has apparently did check Thardus and said not worth, so...
See, like, the one thing, I guess my logic behind rushing mines, right, was because everything, like, the artifacts thus far, it seemed like they would just route really, really nicely if I rushed labs, right? It seemed like the logic and everything would follow perfectly through labs. And then labs was basically dry.
Yeah, a bit
And
unfortunate,
that was
too.
unfortunate.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Sasquatch is actually already almost done with this Exo fight. Yeah, having all the extra missiles has certainly made Supers and Ice Spreader a very viable option in this fight.
Yeah, I saw him mentioning running out of missiles. I was tempted to say first time, because that whole time was just low on missiles.
Yeah,
What a struggle.
you chose to skip a lot of the early missile tanks, especially after resetting out of Arbor Chamber. Like, you didn't...
I figured I was so far behind, I didn't have time for it, so...
I can understand that.
But
like,
that
you,
totally
you,
came to
you,
bite.
like, you skipped, like, you decided not to get the ones in the alcove. Like, that would have taken you, what, 5 seconds?
Yep, it would have. Like I said, there's no good answer for it. Basically my routing post mines was just atrocious. Like
I guess you just panicked.
Yeah, I think it was partly that. I think really the big difference maker in this race was honestly that boost ball, the just sticking far Phendrana instead of rushing mines. I think though the thing is that it could have easily been the opposite, right? Boost could have been in labs and Farfen could have been dry. So what you gonna do?
Yep. And Sasquatch doing the appropriate thing and burning all remaining missiles on a flamethrower shot.
Yes. The IS flamethrower is still my favorite thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder if there's a category for that.
Actually, I'm sorry. IS flamethrower? I'm not familiar with that term.
If you trigger infinite speed, then unmorph and use a flamethrower, it will damage everything on the map.
Fascinating.
So,
That I did not know.
Oh,
you're basically
that's
screwed after
incredible.
that, since there's basically nothing you can do at that point except damage everything in the room with flamethrower. I think the only place that it's ever possible or actually useful is if you do it in the Shegoth fight to get Wave Beam, because the cutscene will clear you out of that, I believe.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but of course the conditions for that are extremely specific.
Not to mention IS is a pretty finicky glitch to begin with, too.
Yep. But if you set up the Wave Sun wall crawl, it's super easy to get IS there. And then you continue along inbounds and just unmorph and flamethrower.
And meanwhile, Sasquatch not having too much trouble with this Essence fight, courtesy of having both visors. Unfortunately, that third pool was a little more argumentative than I think he would have liked, so is going to need to go for a fourth cycle. Did at least get a little bit of progression done on the attack chain, but is a little too close to the body.
Those visors were pretty finicky too. Like, thermal visor that early? What is that supposed to do?
Yeah, it actually didn't end up really meaning anything today, which is really weird given the circumstances.
Yeah.
I mean, thermal visor was completely useless today. Not that it's very useful in any other circumstances, but...
Exactly.
And
Did anyone end up fighting Omega Pirate on the way to PPC that you know of?
We did not see any.
I don't think so.
Yeah, okay.
But that's
I mean, my routing would have forced me to go through Omega Pirate.
Right, because you can only go directly through to PPC from there.
Yep.
But that is going to be it for
now. When the credits start, we'll be just waiting to see where Spider-Ball was.
Yeah, Sasquatch is going to finish in first on Restream, third overall with an official race time GG time of 1:55.39. He finishes behind TGC, Ginger Chris, who finishes with an official race time GG time of 1:33.16. Behind Uncle Reggie's 1:23.35.
I am very much betting that Spider Ball is Magma Pool. Alright, Sasquatch, GG's, and where's Spider Ball?
Hello.
GG, Sasquatch.
Thank you. I never picked up Spider, but we will see it in the credits.
Yeah,
Yep,
we're anxious.
We're all waiting with bated breath.
Yeah, Reggie, you be quiet. We want to see it in the credits.
Yeah, we've been looking for this one for a while. So, Sasquatch, for a good chunk of time, you and Koshi were, especially through Chozo, you two were pretty neck and neck. The big break you got was picking up Boost Ball in Security Cave.
Okay.
Koshi
So,
ended up going
if-
past that.
If Reggie really cares this much about having us see where Spider-Ball was, it's either a place that contains like a free item or something you could have gotten very early on, or something so late game that it's incredible that you were ever expected to get it. Welcome SpeedGaming 3 with our raising party of 75.
Yeah, I'm very curious where this is gonna be.
Magma Pool.
Fast
Hey,
forward
I was
credits,
right.
please.
I debated doing the dash, but I had 0 E-tanks passing through there, and I'm like, I probably
Yep.
should not.
Shoutouts to the first energy tank showing up at 41 minutes in.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Chozo had all the missiles, everywhere else had all the energy tanks.
Yep.
But yeah, no,
so
Sean,
Magma
you were right on
Pool
the mark.
It was?
Yep.
Yeah, well, I bet right. That's exactly where it was.
Yeah,
Nice.
Sean was right on the mark from the beginning, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
God, what a disaster of a seed.
Yeah, the elevators certainly
As
weren't
soon-
nice either.
Like as soon as they got like one one power bomb and barrier, I was like, okay, try the scan jump and just see what's in magma pool. I was saying that from the very beginning.
So the logic then expected you basically to go all the way to Fendron. Expected you to. Your first power bomb was expected to be Lava Lake, as far as we're aware.
Yeah.
It was expecting you then to go to Fendrana Canyon for Grapple Beam, and then go all the way back to Magma Pool to get Spider Ball. If I'm reading the logic correctly in
Yeah.
this.
Where even was Wave again?
It was in
Pretty much
Triclops
Pretty
Pit.
bad.
Triclops Pit. Oh, that's right.
I do like that I did Arbor Chamber out of bounds because that allowed me to get the main PBs earlier than I should have.
You
Yeah, I
both
guess
ended
who
up
did
with-
that without bombs? And then realized
Good.
I was stuck.
Oh no.
Yeah, I had to
Oh,
reset 8 minutes
like
in.
you hadn't factored in the fact that you didn't have bombs.
Yeah, I'm so used to just
You
having
didn't
bombs.
think about it.
Didn't even register.
Who generated
shit.
the seed?
3 guesses
Reggie.
who.
So Koshi, I am really curious. Where did you end up crashing?
I ended up crashing in Central Dynamo. I didn't pick up mains because I saw it was just a missile launcher. Went to go to the next room and crashed.
Game said nope.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh,
Always
that's
remember.
unfortunate.
Always do the maze. Always do it. No matter
Or
what's in
don't.
there, you have to do it.
See,
Or
the
don't
worst
hit
part
the
is
drone.
I was contemplating about doing it. That's the worst part. And then I just didn't.
Also,
was your-
spiderless shafts didn't benefit me in the slightest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Spider
wish I
Ball
would have
was
checked vent shaft first.
Spider Ball was messing both of you up because Koshi elected to go from Twin Fires to Workstation without Spider Ball, and that took a couple of tries.
Yep. My
I don't think anyone today has gone get Spider Ball, like even out of the other runners tonight. I don't think anyone has.
yeah.
Nobody ever found it.
Yeah, no, the other thing is because again, the logic it didn't help that your first power bomb was all the way in deep Magmore,
Yeah.
by logically speaking, and then you still had to go all the way through to Shorelines to go to Canyon or wherever Canyon elevator led you to Fendrana to get to Canyon for Grapple Beam. Yikes!
Yeah, what a disaster.
The
I feel like there was no correct routing play, because even if you took the intended route, it still just sends you through 4 elevators every time you want a new item.
Yeah,
the
Sasquatch.
intended route was like, yeah, it's technically possible, but you're gonna get bored. You're gonna want to give up. It's just not fun to do.
Yeah,
It's
basically.
technically possible. You can complete this seed if you feel like wasting a few hours of your life, and you only get one life. This is it.
I feel like the crash kind of saved me in a sense. Because
Saved you
I
from the
feel like
trouble.
if I kept going looking for boost ball, I would have lost my mind.
Yeah. You would
Was
have
boost ball
ended up
technically required?
either like playing for hours upon hours and like made the stream last even longer, or you would have eventually just given up and forfeited without crashing.
Yeah, boost ball was unfortunately required. I was kind of praying
Oh,
it
yeah.
wasn't, because Elite Research, you have to spin the thing. I
Yep.
think you can
I mean, you could get around it,
theoretically
but
get stuck. I don't even know if that's in logic, actually.
It is
Now I'm
not.
curious. No, sorry, I
Also,
mean
that-
if that's even like a logic option. I don't even know if someone's done that.
it is. It's not enabled in weekly settings, and
Yeah,
also
yeah.
plasma and vent shaft Otherwise, you'd have to do the HPBJ
I
to
can't
get
get
out.
over that final screen in Metroid Prime, like where it says mission final, because every time I read it, it just looks like it's supposed to be in Spanish or something. Mission final.
Nice. God, what an awful way to try and get yourself stuck. To just spin that. Ugh.
Yikes. Well, folks, is there anything else, runners, that you would like to say about this seed before we close out for this weekend?
I just want to say GG's
shout
to
outs.
Sasquatch.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
GG's. And shout outs to me doing plant and then dying to early wild.
Yeah, Koshi
Yeah.
actually took a KO soon after as well, but it was after doing Early Wild and then picking up Varia and Rune Nursery.
Yeah, Hershey actually nearly died doing Early Wild, but she stopped before she died. She paid attention to her health, I guess.
Yeah. Well, that was unsatisfying, but I hope everyone enjoyed watching.
We did,
I
for
hope
sure.
everyone enjoyed watching, sure.
And again, we'll remind you folks to follow our two runners, Koshi and Sasquatch954. They both put on a fantastic show for you here on this Sunday afternoon. We also would like to send a special shout out to our tracker, Op82, who has done an amazing job making sure everybody knows who has what, pressing all the buttons. And Sean, it was a pleasure joining you here in the commentary booth today.
Oh, thank you. You're pleasant.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry.
Since none of you
I'm
are
sorry,
going to
you're-
say it, follow the commentators as well.
Yes, do that, please.
It's not like I stream, but
This is what we call an active threat.
Oh, jeez.
If you don't follow them, we'll get another terrible seed next week, and it'll be all of your fault. Every single
But
one of you
what
who
if-
didn't.
what if they want a terrible seed though? That's not.
Would
a
you
threat,
really
then.
wish misery upon others? That's what you gotta ask
Some
yourself.
some people definitely do that.
I'd say it depends on who you
There are
ask.
people out there.
But yes, with that said, folks, thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next mission, folks. Take care.
That's right.
See you next mission.
See you next time.